And on the cell phone, they are asking you to turn on your location, your browser location, and so on. Now, I find that to be a bit of an excessive request.
It's showing me that my bank branch is Demerara Bank. It's like they're giving you the money with a heavy heart. They want to give you, but they really want to give you.
There's no regard for zones that should be respected. In any event, every zone should be respected. So what's that about, guys? And you can't tell me I don't like music.
Let me first say, I do not know why the police were pursuing this motorcyclist. I do not know what happened prior to me pulling out my camera, but what I saw was very disturbing.
I tried to inquire about the child. Now, all of the police tell me that. They still don't believe me. I have doubt. The doctor said, Madam, the police are bringing this young man and his body was cold.
Talk the things, me comfy talk the things, you hear? Talk the things, me comfy talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things, me comfy talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face, whoa! Talk the things, me comfy talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things, me comfy talk the things, whoa! Talk the things, me comfy talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worry.
Neighbors, let me start the things. So, man, let's start the things. Steve, boy, Fire Feelings back in the building. How you guys doing? AKA, yeah, AKA, Mr. Let's Start the Things. Over here is we start the things. Latest in what? News, entertainment news, gossip, mix up all the trending story going on in Guyana, in the diaspora, around the Caribbean, and even around the world. Y'all know we do it already. Number one spot where you get update. Y'all don't play with me. Come on. If it's your first time over here, feel free to give the video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button and put your post notification bell on. You see how we start the video, you know where the any pot bubbling, you know where they're on the menu, so you know where they should not on the plate. Don't play with me. Alright, here we're going on. Hope you guys having a fantastic day. It is Friday, it's the weekend. And you know when it's the weekend, I'm the most joyfulest person. But like I said, guys, follow us on our social media platform. The links are in the description. Alright, that's enough chattings. You see me? Let me jump into this topic quick and fast. What we got for you? Let's get this.
You could give them your heart, and I'm gonna still say that's not enough. Jah alone knows that you got it tough. He restored my soul like Lazarus and told me to live right even when man and just. Yo, this is Alabama. Your guy and his artist represented for Talk the Things TV, where we talk the things. Yo, big up Fire Feelings, and remember, comment, like, and follow. Alabama representing, you know. Boom!
Wagwan viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Today, definitely, we are going to kick it off with this cash grant that is definitely causing a session in Guyana at this said moment. Definitely. And if you guys don't know what's going on, we're going to enlighten you over here. Now, the government say that they're making it more easier for persons to collect the cash grant. You don't have to line up in a line with the heat and who getting blackout and falling down and who rowing and all these things. But persons are saying this is a catch. Something is behind this. Now, like I said, and I'm going to say it again, anything upgrading and enhancing the country, I'm with it. But something just feels funny in my gut. Now, we got Mr. Smith from Big Smith News. You understand? Definitely said he tried doing the procedure, but then he was wondering, why do they need his location to be logged in? Would they want to see this man movements all around? They want pinpoint. Don't let me say nothing more. Let's head over to Big Smith News boss, man. Yeah, man, the Smith boss. Listen to what he have to say.
Hi, welcome to Big Smith News Watch. Good evening. My name is Leroy Smith. So I wanted to come quickly and speak about the cash grant, the application process for the cash grant, and the requirements that are being asked of those who wish to have direct bank transfers for the cash grant. Now, I tried the process earlier today, and I tried it after a relative of mine tried and got through and so on. I know the government did say that it's still in the testing phase and what's not. But what I observe is that the application process or the registration process for me is fairly okay. It's fairly okay. But then as you go along, there's a part that requires you to turn on the location for your device. Well, I was trying to use the computer at first, and I was having difficulties there because the computer camera is not scanning the barcode at the back of the national identification card. So I decided to use the mobile device, which is my cell phone. And on the cell phone, they are asking you to turn on your location, your browser location, and so on. Now, I find that to be a bit of an excessive request for a cash grant. And I say that because we have a system in this country where several agencies are asking you for documentation when you go to do business. And I believe this is where the single window initiative comes in very handy. But you have GRA who requests a number of documents when they want you to do a transaction or when you want to do a transaction with them. And then you also have the National Insurance Scheme, you have the banks, you have the water companies, you have the telephone companies. All of these places ask you for a multiplicity of documents, source documents, proof of address, and so on. Now let's talk about the banks. The banks, the information the banks collect from you are eventually shared with the Central Bank of Guyana. So the Central Bank of Guyana has a database with all your information. In fact, the bank is one of the most, or some of the places that have the most accurate information about you in terms of your source documents, where you live, and all these things. And then you have the Guyana Revenue Authority, which I believe has a very good database system for persons from the age of maybe 20 or from the age of 18 right on to maybe about 55 or so, who do business with the Guyana Revenue Authority very frequently. They have a very good database, I would rather assume. And then you have the utility companies and so on. So all these agencies have information that could cause us to, or allows us, especially GRA and the banks, that allows us to, as a country, to be able to have a complete database with information. So when you want something, just click a button, of course for official use and official purposes, and everything is made easier. So for this cash grant that we've been given an option to apply for online, I don't think you need all this big hassle about they're asking you to scan your face and do a movement and smile a bit, so that allows them to know that, okay, this is a real person. So we gave you that. And then there is the cell phone number that you have to give, that once you give that number, it sends an SMS to your phone, and that SMS, you take that number and you do something so there's something to do with the SMS number. I really can't recall what the SMS message is. In fact, let me check it very quickly so I allow you guys to know what's going on. They send you a verification code on your phone once you sign up and you put in your phone number and so on. So we have enough agencies collecting a lot of information. The Ministry of Finance can pull the information from the Bank of Guyana or request it, however is lawful. And then and the process of signing up can be very easy, but for too often and too long and in too many instances, we have too many red tapes when we have to get the citizens of this country involved in certain things, or when we want to give to the people or have them involved. The red tapes are pretty often too much. Sometimes the requirements are so much that they become unnecessary, and turning on your location in an application process is, for me, I think it's like going overboard. Like, what do you need a location for? We've already given you a phone number to say we're in this country. And as I said in a Facebook post, if someone is out of the country, they will get the SMS if they're roaming. And oftentimes, people who are roaming, if you get an SMS while you're out of the country, it means you're roaming. And if you're roaming, it obviously means in 90% or 95% of the cases that you're out of the country on official business and you'll be back very soon, maybe a month or 2 weeks or so. So nobody's going to roam indefinitely if they're not living in Guyana. So you already have that link to prove that the person is resident here. So why do you need the location? So as the ministry pulled back that application form that they had circulating and so on, or that link, I hope that when they reintroduces it to the public, that requirement of asking people for their location will not be included, because it's unnecessary. It really is unnecessary. And for the people who creating these apps and advising government and advising the senior officer, the senior government functionaries and so, you also have a duty to ensure that you don't create a system which allows the government to be exposed to unnecessary criticisms and backlashes and all of these things. Some of you are too, you just like things to be complicated, and then when you do all of that, the people will come and then they'll abuse the government. And what you find in organizations and agencies and so on is people allow or they expect that the technical people and the resource people and so on will give them advice which is sound and which is good and and so on. And so sometimes some of you use the leverage you get to be creative and to allow things to be formulated and so on. Some of you use that opportunity to really make things difficult and to slip in things and like go overboard and overdo it. A location request is not necessary. I don't see the necessity for it. And so maybe the Minister of Finance and the Director of Budget and Finance Secretary and these guys need to examine that on this and let the people who put that requirement in there really explain the pros and the cons of having a location requirement for persons signing up for this cash grant. So that is what I wanted to raise today, because it was very, very, it's just a turn off when I bumped into that today. So that's what I wanted to bring here to you this evening.
Well, viewers, subscribers, I want to know from you in the comment section. You know what I mean? This is what you want to know. Why do you want his location to be on? Now, we understand everything going on with this app that they created, this system that they created so persons could get their cash grant, but still certain thing doesn't add up. Now, it doesn't finish there. It looked like people coming out one by one and speaking against it. A lot of persons may be getting through, but there's a lot of persons who seen this thing as stress.
Mr. Mohammed, good night. Now, first of all, this process took me 45 minutes from start to finish. When you finish doing all of the verifications and you have to put in your bank account information, there is a section that asks you to select the name of the bank. Once you click on that, you see in all of the bank names there. You select your bank. My bank is Republic Bank. I selected Republic Bank. Then the section under that where it says name of branch, it says loading. For like a good 2 minutes, it will say loading. When it finished loading, it will say select branch. Now I clicked there, I selected my branch as Camp Street. When I finish saving everything, I get the message that say that the cash grant will be deposited within the next 10 business days. I go back into the account now to verify all my information, just double check. It's showing me that my bank branch is Demerara Bank. It's like they're giving you the money with a heavy heart. They want to give you, but they really want to give you. They're trying to frustrate people. This is very frustrating. And it's not like it's loading in a snap. It's taking so long to load. You're getting frustrated. You want log out. You want give up. I feel like many people might not get this money because this whole system is frustrating. Plus, why they want my banking information? Why I couldn't collect a check and go on and deposit my money? Why they want my banking information? To do what with it? Just like how they take people's phone number and be calling us during election to find out who we vote for and why we in voting and all them nonsense. Just like how they could use our information like that. What is this PPP government going to do with our banking information? Are they going to use it to restrict how much money we could put in our account, to monitor how much money we put into our account? I don't trust this system at all because the ministers getting called out for corruption, allegedly, but none of them are providing any information, no financial information, nothing. But we, the citizens, now, they're collecting our information in a very slick, sneaky way. Who knows what they're going to do with our information now that they're collecting it?
Well, I tell you this, Ross. You know like them Jamaicans say, kiss my Ross. I telling you, this Ross. Imagine she don't put the bank with she dealing with and these people them give she a next bank. What's that? Where's the really? This is what you want to know. Where's the? From since the happening, me want to find out nothing no more. You tell me to put me bank. I put me bank. When I refresh a check, this is what I said double check. Not the woman double check. And the woman seeing that is a different bank. This Ross is this. Views and subscribers, I better leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts on this because, bro, I got for depon your itation. I know what I'm telling you guys have to depon your itation with this because this is not nothing normal. This is not nothing normal. Anyway, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts. As we move along, now we see whereby the mother, yes, the mother of Jordan Payne, definitely came out and had some words saying that she needs justice for her son and things is not right. Viewers and subscribers, take a listen to the mother and what she said.
Good afternoon, I'm Otis Jordan Mona. I would like to say that I need fair justice for my son because the points that I'm looking at, the police, they come on Aslington Bushel Road and arrest my son on Friday at 2 something, the time. They take him to Covent. Get down there, I support it, 5 years after. I go there, I ask them if my son alright, they say everything alright with him. And surprisingly, I never know my son sick. No police come and tell me my son's sick. But when I got the inspector tell me that the son got to read on me actually, what is the charges? She read on a board, a black board I'm out there. She said that I said, where's the charge you have, officer? She said, you have charged of domestic violence. And so I said, he pays on any bail? She said, no bail. But he's going to court on Tuesday. That is what she read on the board. And she said to me, I went there Saturday, I went there Sunday, Monday, my son go. Now, I prepare. Tuesday morning, I get up, press out my sun clothes, press out my clothes, prepare for cold. I come out on the road, I catch a bus for going to find my son clothes first because he have a dress for go to court because he is there, he's not at home. I go for cry clothes and I go to the officer, good mind, I bring out his Jordan clothes to court. The officer turn and say, the Elmo Martry. They say, Elmo Martry, where do they? He said, he don't know. So I said, oh, me, I don't know. He said, go Elmo, I'm going to find out. So I get to Elmo. Because I'm bus from there, from my hospital, me go, because I'm taxi, I go end more. When I go end more hospital, the God is telling the doctor, he said that, the police are bringing a patient by the name of Otis Jordan, and I want to know his position. I never tell you that what the police tell me when it's on their marching. I tried to inquire about the child. Now all of the police tell me that. They still not believe me. I have doubt. The doctor said, Madam, the police are bringing this young man and his body was cold. Me say what I mean by cold. Me say me would like to know because I don't understand what I mean by cold. Instead of all, the body, the person at the bed like couple hours before. Because if he was dead on arrival when I was taking it, the body been warm. The body cold. You understand? So I just can't really understand. I just can't, I don't know what to say at this time because this thing just got into me brain. So don't be son. Yes, I'm going to be because a healthy man. You understand? And for no. Me son get such a cruel death. You understand? I want to know if these officers them who violate me son, if they get children, they get family, if they would want somebody to do this to them. It's so much. I watch. I'm losing my mind. I can't sleep. Say my son dead, I can't sleep. But what? Hold me the road. You know what? People that are shocking news like this, eh? That's really shocking to me. Only who feels it knows it. Nobody then. Nobody knows the pain is too much. I need justice for my son. I need justice. You understand? Now I leave everything in God and Allah hand. Al Sabana, I leave it in his hand. You understand? I leave everything there. I need a fair justice for my son. Come to the table and tell me my son is murder. You understand? Because when I went to the march and I see my son, when they turn him, I see marks of violence on my son's body.
What did you see?
Pardon me?
What did you see exactly?
Like if they're kicking me boots, because I give the video. Because they tell me that I'm Mr. Video, because I'm taking the come out for me. Because remember come out from me belly. And me see that? That just check my nerves.
Just now heard the mother of the deceased and what she said. Now, like I said, I'm waiting for the post-mortem to hear what they are going to say because this is going to be very interesting. But at the end of the day is night, and I would really like you guys to dissect in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts upon what the mother said and how do you guys really see this. Now, we hearing that how Jordan Payne was definitely brutally beaten by the officers them. And sometimes we can't even say, you know, something is lie. These officers is getting out of hand. These man of them doing your thing and beating you, knocking you. They don't know how to talk to you and all these things. Now, this video here, so we are seeing on the video. That man knocked this man down off his motorcycle, you know. Viewers, take a look and watch what happened here, so. Jesus Christ.
This video was recorded on Sunday, the 19th of March at 2:30 p.m. The video was taken on a red road. Let me first say, I do not know why the police were pursuing this motorcyclist. I do not know what happened prior to me pulling out my camera, but what I saw was very disturbing. The police used their vehicle to forcefully stop this driver by hitting him in the back of his motorcycle, not once, but twice. While verbally abusing him, they attempted to start his motorcycle, which clearly would not start. They placed the motorcycle in the back of the police vehicle and began to transit away from the scene. The driver of the vehicle noticed that I was recording and questioned whether I was from Kaichur News. He then began verbally abusing me, saying that we love to pull our cameras out and record things we have no business recording. I kept quiet and continued my transit.
Disrespect by the police officer. Y'all hear though? Them is thing is make we as Guyanese that living out of Guyana don't even want to go back in the country by. You know what I mean? Because the woman videoed over Guyana and this what he can tell the woman. You know what I mean? This the respect the police them is got for you, bro. You say? He can tell the woman, but y'all just pull out your phone and record business we don't got nothing to do with y'all. Great, man. We mean they got nothing to do with we. That's why we glad for internet or we glad for we phone recording. Cause enough time the police them doing we stripping and doing people, innocent people stripping this out there and it's being swept under the rug. It's just that you are vexed that phone is inactive. But you guys leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts on this. Hey, bro, they are crazy, bro. I swear to God. Now, before we jump out here, so we got Miss Priyamani Chan speaking upon the boom boxes that is driving around or being driven around, making unnecessary noise, showing no respect for the churches, the courts, the hospital, and private places. These guys are out of hand. Listen to Miss Priyamani Chan where she's have to say.
So, I'm noticing cars and other vehicles that have boom boxes in their backseat. In fact, the whole backseat is taken up with an entire stereo system. Boom boxes, what you know as boom boxes. Driving around town blasting music. Probably not around town, around the country. I was at a funeral at Mary Munn's. I was at church. I was at the hospital with someone. There's no regard for zones that should be respected. In any event, every zone should be respected. So what's that about, guys? And you can't tell me I don't like music. I like music more than most people. I work to music. The car always has music on. I have music on once I'm in the house. But your music cannot be a nuisance to other people. So what's that about? That can't continue. So let's have a look at that.
Because you just don't hoard her. I want to know in the comment section. Because if it's one thing she talking facts. She talking facts. A lot of these bus drivers, minibus drivers, car drivers with these big box in them back seat. Now them man taking out the whole back seat and putting sound system in it. You know what I mean? Now nothing is wrong. Listen me, don't beat me. Nothing is wrong. But you guys have to have respect with zones, like she said. Guyana is a country with vibes. Yes, that's our culture. We like hear loud music. It's not in Guyana alone. You understand? Jamaica got it, Trinidadian, but everybody got a respect within what they're doing. They got zones, like in America, yes, they got certain place you can't drive booming, but people is booming down music in Brooklyn, says nothing wrong with a little boom boom. But like I says, respect is not what you do, is how you do it. These are people don't understand. So you guys leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what's your thoughts on this. Anyway, this is probably going to jump out. It was a pleasure being here with you guys. Like I said, if you watched the video so far, feel free to give the video a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, put your post notification bell on. It was a pleasure being here with you. We building and we going up and up. Let's Start the Things TV. We'll bring the latest in Guyana, out of Guyana, around the Caribbean. You know how it goes and around the world. Smash it and we out here. You understand? Stay blessed, stay safe. Till next time, we out.